Okay, good morning. Um, so I want to do another video about drawing with ballpoint pen. Now to keep in mind, I haven't drawn with ballpoint pen for a very long time, at least like on on a regular basis. I still draw in pen, but now uh, these days the um, the kind of pen that I draw with is this type. I draw with a fountain pen now, and I'll explain why later. But like right now, yeah, I mean this is pretty much what I draw with at this point. That being said, if you're trying to get more confidence for drawing or making your line strokes a little bit more confident, really I really recommend drawing like with ballpoint pen for a while. It'll straighten you out because immediately it helps you to reduce the number of lines you're actually putting down. It kind of reminds me of like when we were doing regular photography on film as opposed to like digital now, right? Like our digital cameras, or even on our iPhones, we have like an unlimited number of like photographs we can take, right? And I used to study photography a long time ago, and I used to do it as a hobby. And actually, I still do sometimes, but my point is that when you were shooting on film, you only had like 24 or 36 exposures to work with. And in those days, whenever you took a shot, you really had to know exactly, what you're gonna do, right? You had to know exactly like what the shot you want before you actually like you hit the shutter. Now I see people, they are you know they're working out the exposure like as they're shooting, so like people's I guess their focus or their understanding of like what they're actually putting, I'm sorry, what the image that they're actually taking in terms of like the exposure and all that kind of stuff, it's not quite as strong, as it was, when they had a limited number of exposures to take. So and I think it's the same thing like with drawing. If you're going to be drawing like with a pencil, like this one, right? Yeah, I mean, there's a part of your brain that says, oh, I can erase, and for people who are beginners, it can lead to like uncertainty, instead of going forward, they see a small mistake or something that's not really like working out like on the first try, and they end up wasting time, trying to erase and stuff like that. So anyway, my point is that I wanted to show you some of my old sketchbooks from, I don't know, some of these maybe 10 years ago, maybe pretty much maybe almost 10 years ago. And I just wanted to give you an idea of how I used to draw, with ballpoint pen. Before I get into it, actually, I wanted to show you the ballpoint pen that I used to draw with. And most of my drawings were done with this pen. This is, and I'm not getting paid for this, of course. Not that Bic would care, but this pen was the pen that I drew with 99% of the time. And I love this pen. I drew with it for years. If you could find it, I highly recommend it. It's the Bic Reaction pen, and as far as I'm concerned, like this is like the Black Queen pencil of ballpoint pens, because it's great. It's really great because it's a really nice, smooth, almost like a buttery kind of feel. The grip is nice. It's very large, large white design. What else? I mean, it's great. Also, there's a little bit of like a spring action. So like when you touch it to the paper, actually it doesn't feel like you're digging into it. It really feels like you're gliding on it. So Anyway, I don't know if they still sell it, but I highly recommend it. Also, another important point is like the big reaction. It's a 1 point, so you'll have like a nice wide line, and obviously, yeah, when you know you make your line, um, you'll have like this nice taper well, I mean, it's small, so it's only like 1 point, but again, it's a lot different from like having like a ballpoint pen that has like a smaller point, or has like a very like hard kind of head. So anyway, I'll just jump into it, and I'll show you some of my old sketchbooks. I can't exactly date them, but I think this is about 10 years ago. Okay. Um, so don't get your hopes up for anything interesting here. But this is a little bit of a look of how I used to draw. So actually, I would work out my anatomy studies in pen, and again, I think that really helped me to focus more, because again, if I'm going to be drawing anatomy in pen, I really had to be very clear about, like, what am I putting down on paper. Okay. Not everything in this book here is in pen. There's some pencil sketches in here. Um, my policy was that I would draw everything, or I'm sorry, I would sketch most of my things in pen, um, for practice and study. But for things that I wanted to draw, quote unquote, seriously, um, you, I would try to work that out in pencil. So as you can see, like, there are a lot of like animation style figures in here. There are lots of them, and oh yeah, here's some. These were done with blue pencil, actually. Um, and I could still draw this way. There's some perspective practicing here. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I did this around the time when Glenn Villepool was coming to this. That's pencil, of course. Um, it's a rice bag. Thank you. Glenn Villepool was coming to Tokyo to do a seminar on composition, and so this is around that time. So yeah. So I think these were like Aaron Blaise inspired, I think. Um, mm. Around that time, yeah. Actually, this is what I want to talk to you about. See how you know how light these lines are. I mean, when you draw, when you draw in pen, of course, like, you're not pressing down hard and like making your lines so committed, right? You basically, you want your lines like to flow, and like, you want to like gently like work in your figure, right? Or work in your gestures, right? And as it becomes more clear, you will, make the areas that are um, you know, that are clear. You will define them more, or at least the areas that you're clear about. You will you'll define them more. Uh, this is my drawing, but I have a feeling that Glenn went over this drawing, because that doesn't look like my line Some of it looks like me, but I think Glenn actually like drew over this. Yeah, this is a key in this Glenn Villepou hybrid here. I think he was correcting me about like how to draw the hips like in space. Just for you guys that whenever like you draw the buttocks, please remember that the buttocks actually has sorry the large part of the buttocks has two parts, right? It has the gluteus maximus and the gluteus medius. It's actually like it's in two parts, actually. Maybe four parts, actually, if you consider it on the other side. So, yeah. Yeah, this was from the life drawing class we had with Glenn Villepou. Here's some composition things I was asking him about. That's Glenn's that's Glenn's notes in my sketchbook. Oh, hey, and there's Glenn right there. It's Glenn Villepou. I drew that of him like during the lecture. Yeah, so it's also maybe another caricature of Glenn. So okay, all right. So anyway, not much to say. Sorry, actually, this is another composition thing. I was just learning how this was working in terms of like playing against opposites in compositions, because they were talking about Lempicka, this female artist, which was, you had like a rising energy like this, but then like you had another energy going straight down, right? So, and then you had like this other energy which is complementing it. So you have this rhythm here, but in contrast you have like this one going straight down, and that was the basic the basic idea of the composition, like working against opposites like that. This might have been someone on the train, maybe, actually. Okay, all right, all right. All right, all right. That's that. I wanted just to show you guys, how I would draw things in ballpoint pen. If you are gonna draw a ballpoint pen, I really recommend the big reaction pen. Big actually makes a lot of good ballpoint pens. But for me, like this was the best one. This one was really, it was nice. This one really helped, because it really gave me like a sense of like gliding on the paper, and it was never too sharp. I never felt like I was like digging into the paper. So this is my maybe not now, because this video is getting a little bit long, but I might do a demo. If you guys are interested, I'll do a demo with this one. And I have a bunch of other. I was going to show you these sketchbooks, but if you're interested, I'll show them. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what I used to do back in the day. Okay, all right. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, take care.